My last game with Dendi is a perfect example of what happens if everyone understands the role. If you want to become a better player, watch the video. This was a really nice replay that I wanted to show you, and I had different angles for this video. However, what I will use here is teamwork, as in this game victory came thanks to everyone understanding the role and playing around each other when the time was right. For the start, we get the first blood on Terrorblade, a kill that I left for my core, as there was zero risk of him getting away and I would much rather have a good start on Timber than myself. Instead of tipping right away, Snap comes to the top lane and just gets a nuke on TB. If he wouldn't be so careful, with 3 nukes that we have and some auto attacks, we could have been able to kill him straight after TP. In this case, tipping straight bot on Snap doesn't change that much in her case, but it could be the difference on the top lane. After that, it's mostly basic laning, but notice how Timber makes an effort to cut all the trees from Trien. This hero is based around playing in trees, so if he doesn't have them, laning will be way easier, and it mostly affects me, as if a hero dies on this lane, it will be Skyrat. However, what I want to highlight here is this moment, as SF is seemingly diving Dendi, so Luna, and I TP there. With my slow and grenade, we get a kill on SF, who up until this point was completely dominating the mid lane. I also make a guess where he could have warded, and with that I get a deward on mid that will hurt him even more. As the lane is pushing around 6 minutes, I will go and stack triangle. It is perfect time for that. The lane is pushed into Timber, so that way he gets the bonus experience and quicker level 6, and we have both Luna and Timber that can take the stacks. SF is dead, so I won't need to secure rune, so I'm heading back top. Now, Luna gets an Invis rune and goes top for a gank. Just because we got 2 kills on SF, one with me and one with Snap, she has her level 6 and that opens up the possibilities to gank at 6 minutes. If we left Luna on the mid lane on her own against SF, who was doubling her up on CS, we would have a mid laner who's level 5 and thinks about recovery, not killing. That way, you open up the map for yourself. Even if you are the one that is starting this chain, you help the mid laner, then he helps you. In this case, free farming TB gets punished. At 8 minutes, the rune is going to spawn and I know that SF is unable to kill me, as I have the slow and silence, so even if we meet, I will just run away. We just harass Trient out of the lane, so I can safely leave my Timber to 1 vs 1 and stack again, while securing rune for the mid laner as well. SF shows up with low resources and takes the rune, but he will pay for it. Even though I'm unable to finish him off, the other support comes and gets a kill. As you can see, securing runes is very important, as showing up with the heroes at this stage of the game means you either get it or get a kill, as long as you have numbers advantage. From completely dominating Dendi to buyback at 8 minutes, the game swings into our favor. At 13 minutes, the game looks quite good. TB is farming, SF is farming, but Timber took all the stacks and is quite good hero for supports to play around. We took bot tier 1 and mid, so now it's time we take the top tower, and that's where we will head as supports. We get a kill thanks to Timber so Athos. Now, most of you think, wait, Timber so Athos? Well, this is what makes this item special. All of our heroes have huge damage, but we lack lockdown. Other than the Snap, we pretty much have no stuns. In this game, I could make an Athos on Skyrat, but the problem with that would be unposition for a hero that doesn't farm, or rather, doesn't want to farm. I want to use my spells offensively and create pressure. If I didn't have the teammates that went for Athos, I would have to do it myself, and that would give a lot of space for SF and TB, 2 of the fastest farming heroes in the game. Wait, 2? Yeah, my mid Luna went for the same item, as Dendi understands this as well. It not only sets him up for a good ultimate, but also makes Skyrat, and to lower extent Snap, a hero that wants to play with him. Imagine you go for a farming position 1 build. That would make supports play away from you, as they know you would much rather farm than make plays. This works in both ways, both as invitation and a setup. And you can see that here. After a fight, we know that TB is likely to farm in this area, as we have a vision ward on the triangle, so we would know if he went there. Despite me not having the ultimate, we have a lot of magic damage, something that TB hates, as I maxed out my Q and E. We catch him with Athos, get a kill, and I use my smoke just to save my Luna from dying. Looking at the draft, our team has big lockdown issue, but my teammates made the game so much easier for me with their item pickups. Again, this is the part of teamwork. You could be playing in your own way, getting a Kaya and Blink on Timber and then Luna naked Aghanims, but understanding that making yourself a convenient partner for the game will get you so much more. Both Luna and Timber aren't exactly solo kill heroes, and by gaining Athos, they make both supports a likely partner to play with them. Around 20 minutes, the goal is always to go for Tormentor. You don't need to take it right away, as long as you make sure enemies don't. In this match, Sladar wants to take it ASAP, so he respawns and we need to head there. We get a kill on the guy and then we take the Tormentor. With vision I set up before, we would like to contest bot. The idea was to take the Tormentor at top at 20 minutes, smoke through the portal and contest Shrine, but we took tier 2 tower on the mid lane and because of that it took an extra minute for us to arrive there. However, it's still a good trade, and then SF blinks into us and just dies. At this point, the game is fully under our control, as we are over 10k ahead just before taking Roshan. Let's talk about support itemization now. Just because Timber and Luna addressed our issues with lockdown, both supports can go for items that benefit the team. That means, as a Skyrat, I will get a Glimmer Cape to help out with overwhelming magical damage that enemies have, and Snap will get a Lotus Orb that helps our team as we have a lot of things that we can dispel or reflect. This is part of the teamwork, and it also makes a lot of sense, as the items that we've got are good for the mid game, and we get into that part with a good start, as we had that Athos to play around. If we reverse the situation, we would have Lotus Orb sooner on Timber, but then we would have Athos around 20 minutes, and during that time, TB and SF will be free farming. With Aegis and some pickoffs, we're able to push high ground and get bottom barracks, and at this point, game is pretty much over. I think it's a very good example of a game where everyone understood their assignment. Both Dendi on Luna and Timbersaw made themselves a good partner to play with, while Brute farmed them up and dominated the bottom side. With that, we have that late game security so we can play them up and make space. Both supports played in a way that we followed the course, as we had the kill potential all the time, something that Luna and especially Timber offered. And if you would like to see more high MMR games with a breakdown, subscribe to the channel. I believe games like this are perfect example on how to play Dota as a team, understanding each other's role and playing towards helping others, even if you are a core. Thank you for watching, and as always, let me know in the comments what you think. See you!